Have you ever wondered why some people seem to dislike you instantly, for no clear reason? No matter how friendly or polite you are, there are still those who give you a cold look or keep their distance. The reason they dislike you or even hold a grudge is often not because of anything you said or did. It usually comes from something deeper within their own psychology. Silent jealousy, hidden insecurities, or misunderstandings that have quietly built up over time. Understanding why others may have negative feelings toward you is important. It helps you respond wisely and maintain complex social relationships more effectively. In this video, we're going to explore 9 surprising reasons why someone might secretly hate you, offering fresh insights into the relationships in your life. Thank you for always being here and supporting the channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss any of the upcoming thought-provoking content. Are you ready to uncover these hidden truths? 1. Jealousy and envy, the dark corners of human relationships. Jealousy and envy are 2 of the deeper reasons why someone might secretly dislike you even when you've done nothing wrong. When someone sees you possessing something they deeply desire but can't attain, like success, confidence, happiness, or even just a naturally positive personality, they may feel a sharp sense of hurt. Without meaning to, you become a mirror that reflects their own shortcomings, failures, or dissatisfaction with life. Instead of using you as motivation to improve themselves, they may choose to respond in negative ways, gossiping behind your back, spreading false rumors, or even trying to bring you down. They hope that by hurting you, they'll feel less inadequate and regain a sense of self-worth. But their jealousy and envy don't say anything bad about you. They're simply signs of inner pain and insecurity on their part. What matters most is that you stay grounded in your values and don't let their negativity shake your spirit. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't worry about what you can't control. Keep being true to yourself, focus on your growth, and protect your peace amidst all the noise and judgment." 2. Misunderstandings and poor communication, the silent roots of distance. In life, many relationships don't fall apart because of major conflicts, but rather because of small misunderstandings. Just one glance at the wrong moment, an offhand comment, or a vague message can be enough to make someone misinterpret your intentions. When these misunderstandings aren't cleared up, they can quietly build over time, turning into emotional distance and coldness. One of the main reasons behind misunderstandings is a lack of communication skills and genuine listening. Many people listen just to reply, not to truly understand. They're quick to judge, often twisting the meaning of what was said through their own biased lens. As a result, things that were never meant to offend can escalate unnecessarily, leading to negative emotions like hurt, doubt, or even resentment. To reduce misunderstandings, it's crucial to develop clear, sincere, and open communication. At the same time, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes to better understand and empathize with them. Sometimes a simple question like, "What did you mean by that?" can prevent an entire chain of miscommunication from unfolding. Taking the initiative to connect through empathy is the key to maintaining strong, positive, and lasting relationships. 3. Differences in values and beliefs, the silent spark behind conflict. Each of us is shaped by different foundations: family, culture, education, and life experiences. These influences form our unique set of values and beliefs, the things we consider true and important in life. However, when we enter relationships, these differences can become barriers if they aren't understood or respected. When someone disagrees with you, it doesn't mean they're wrong. But if you try to impose your views on them, or on the flip side, refuse to listen and dismiss their beliefs, conflict is bound to arise. A lack of acceptance toward differences can make you appear threatening in the other person's eyes, as they may feel invalidated or attacked at their very core. In reality, the diversity of values and beliefs is an opportunity, a chance to broaden your perspective, to learn, and to grow if approached with the right mindset. Instead of debating to win, try having conversations to understand. When we learn to respect differences, we not only avoid unnecessary conflicts, but we also create a healthy space for communication, one where everyone feels safe to be themselves without fear of judgment. 4. Rumors and gossip, the silent enemy of reputation. In today's society, sometimes what people say about you matters more than what you actually do. A single small rumor or an unverified piece of gossip can be enough to distort the image you have worked so hard to build over the years. Even if you've done nothing wrong, people who've never met you may still hold on to negative assumptions that are hard to erase. Rumors often stem from jealousy, misunderstandings, or simply the careless entertainment of someone with too much time and too little empathy. They spread quickly, without needing proof, yet they carry enormous power to damage. Once someone hears something bad about you, they may start to see you through a lens of doubt, suspicion, or even avoidance. And in those moments, you find yourself having to defend your character, even when you've done nothing wrong. The tricky part is, the more you try to explain or defend yourself, the more others might think they must be guilty if they're reacting this strongly. That's why facing rumors requires calm, resilience, and time. Consistency in your actions, integrity in your behavior, and a steady presence will eventually help restore your reputation. But it's rarely an easy journey. Be mindful of how you live your life and also how others perceive you, because sometimes what needs protecting isn't just the truth, but a reputation that can be far more fragile. 5. When someone else's insecurity turns you into a thorn in their side. Sometimes people dislike you not because you've done something wrong, but because you unintentionally reflect their own insecurities back at them. Those struggling with self-doubt, feelings of lack, or personal failures often look for someone else to blame instead of facing their inner struggles. And if you happen to embody the very things they long for but haven't achieved, confidence, success, happiness, you may become the target of their irritation, envy, or even hatred. This isn't your fault, but it is something you may have to deal with. To them, you're a living reminder of what they haven't yet become. Your presence alone can make them feel smaller, even if you never intended to hurt anyone. Sadly, instead of using these feelings as motivation to grow, many choose the easier route, tearing others down to feel better about themselves. They might criticize, attack, or even isolate you, all as a way to cover up the fears they're too afraid to face. Understanding this can help ease the sting of being unfairly disliked. Hold on to your self-worth, and don't let someone else's insecurity make you question who you are. After all, light is never to blame for making the darkness retreat. 6. When people don't understand you, they're quick to judge you. One of the reasons you may be unfairly disliked is a lack of empathy from others. When someone can't or doesn't want to put themselves in your shoes, it becomes all too easy for them to make one-sided judgments. They see what you do, but they don't understand why on. They hear part of a story, but ignore the full context in the emotions you're experiencing. And from there, the judgment begins. People tend to believe what they want to believe, rather than seeking out the truth. If someone is hurt, exhausted, or carrying their own personal biases, they will view you through the distorted lens of their own experiences. They don't ask, "Why might you be this way?" Instead, they think, "You're different from me, so you must be wrong." This lack of empathy builds invisible walls between people. Instead of reaching out, understanding, and connecting, people choose to keep their distance, to doubt, and to label others. They don't care what you've been through. If you don't fit into their expectations, that alone is reason enough to dislike you. You can't control how others feel about you, but you can control your own response. Stay calm and stay kind, because empathy isn't something everyone has, but it's what makes you stand out in a world that so often forgets how to care. 7. When your success becomes a threat to others. Not everyone is happy when you succeed. In highly competitive environments, whether it's at work, school, or within social circles, unhealthy rivalry can cause some people to feel uncomfortable when you do well. They don't see your achievements as inspiration to grow, but as a painful reminder that they're not where they want to be. For those who constantly compare themselves to others, the farther you go, the more they feel left behind. Instead of pushing themselves to improve, they secretly wish you'd slow down or even fail. Because when you stumble, they feel more equal, more reassured that they're not falling short. It's a toxic kind of competition, where satisfaction doesn't come from personal progress, but from seeing others fall behind. Sometimes you don't have to do anything wrong to be disliked. just doing better than expected is enough. Your hard work, confidence, or simply your talent might make someone else feel threatened. Still, don't let that envy hold you back. Keep walking your path because you weren't born to appease someone else's insecurity. True success isn't about beating others. It's about rising above your own limits. 8. When you stay true to yourself but are hated for not fitting in, society constantly sets standards. How to dress, how to behave, what career to choose, when to settle down. Those who follow the script get praised, while those who stray from the norm are often scrutinized. And if you choose to live life your own way, chances are you'll become the target of criticism, mockery, or even hatred, simply because you're not like everyone else. People often feel safest around what's familiar and predictable. So when someone shows up with an unconventional lifestyle, a different belief system, or choices that defy expectations, they're quickly seen as a threat or a rebel. Not because they've done anything wrong, but because their difference makes others uncomfortable with their own conformity. Many people dislike you not because you're doing something bad, but because you're doing something real. You refuse to fit into the mold they've spent their lives squeezing into, and that challenges them. It makes them uneasy, like you're a walking reminder that they may not be living authentically. But don't let judgmental looks or whispered opinions make you question your path. Your value doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from the courage to be yourself, even if that makes some people uncomfortable. 9. Lack of recognition, the hidden root of resentment and hatred. In life, everyone desires to be acknowledged and fairly appreciated for their efforts and accomplishments. When someone feels overlooked or plays the role of the invisible one in the eyes of others, dissatisfaction gradually builds up, eventually turning into resentment or even hatred toward those who are recognized. Constant comparisons between oneself and others only fuel this fire. When someone sees others being praised or acknowledged more frequently, while they themselves are barely mentioned or valued, it easily wounds their sense of self-worth. Without a word of thanks or public appreciation, the feeling of being dismissed or underestimated becomes the seed of quiet, growing jealousy. This issue doesn't just affect individuals. It strains relationships as well, especially in environments like work, family, or friendships, where recognition and encouragement are essential for harmony and growth. Understanding the importance of recognition and learning how to express genuine gratitude can help create a more positive environment. It reduces unnecessary conflicts and soothes the hidden negative emotions that may be silently building up in each person. Closing message: live true to yourself and protect your inner peace. Most of the feelings of hatred or hostility you face usually don't come from your mistakes, but reflect the struggles and insecurities within other people's hearts. When someone hates you, it often signals that they are dealing with unresolved inner issues, not because you did something wrong. Therefore, the most important thing is to live authentically. Finally, holding on to kindness, integrity, and self-respect will help you stay unaffected by negative emotions from outside. This foundation allows you to grow and maintain your confidence as well as personal value. Additionally, setting healthy boundaries in relationships is essential to protect your inner peace. Sometimes you need to learn to say no to negativity and avoid letting harmful influences shake your calm. This isn't selfishness, but a necessary act of self-care to preserve your mental balance and well-being. Remember, you are not responsible for pleasing everyone. You only need to live sincerely, kindly, and true to your own values. If you found value in today's lesson, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share to spread this life wisdom to more people out there. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because every experience holds a lesson. This is Sage Life Lessons, where we learn together how to live wisely and stand strong in a chaotic world.